Good morning, Shani.
Good morning, honey.
How are you today?
I'm very well.
Okay, can you give me a quick introduction about yourself,
Of
please?
course. So my name is Shernika Forsyth. I'm 34 years of age and I'm from London. So I used to work in marketing for a private hospital in London. I did that for a couple of years working in the communications department. I became disenchanted with London life, and I had been learning Spanish for a year anyway. So I decided to quit my job and go travelling for a year. The primary objective was to learn Spanish, but I'm actually enjoying spending 3 months in each place. I started in Colombia to learn about the history, the culture, so it's become a lot bigger than just learning Spanish.
Okay, very cool. Okay, and Shani, you told me you've done some volunteer work in London and you spent some time in Africa doing that as well?
Yes, yeah.
Can you tell me about it?
Yeah. So in London, I used to volunteer for an FGM charity. So that's female genital mutilation. We have a large community in London that has been affected by FGM. So just to give you a bit of background about that, that's the ritual cutting of the female's genitalia for cultural norms. So we would go into different communities to empower women and also to educate the men on why it's wrong, and what we can do to support the women that have come over, or a lot of them are sent back home for the ritual cutting. So I did that for quite a while. And then I volunteered in Uganda for 3 months near Kampala, teaching English, maths and science, and also raising awareness on HIV and AIDS in the local communities.
Okay, tell me a little bit about the genital mutilation. Is it in the African community specifically in England or what?
Well, it predominates in Africa, Asia. So it's not just solely in Africa.
Okay.
But I mean, for me, I'm extremely passionate about female empowerment, and that's why that really affected me, that cause, because it's a way to control a woman's sexuality and also to increase the man's sexual pleasure. So that's something that really affected me, and I really enjoyed my work with the charity.
And is it religious based as well, these rituals?
It's they say it's religious based, but it's culturally based.
Culturally based.
Yes,
Okay.
it is. It's culturally based. I mean, it's just year old practices. I mean, and it's become a social norm in certain societies. And for the reason why I believe that it still goes on. I mean, for us, we could only reach the females because once they had been cut, to educate them about the implications, even when they go on to have children. But the hardest people to reach is the men, because that's why the practice still exists, because the men they're not deemed as worthy if they're not cut. They're not deemed as good marriage material if they're not cut.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more work to be done, but I'm not involved in it at the moment. But it's something that I would go back to.
Okay. And so the mutilation, what does that do for the woman? What happens for her? Does she get insensitive sexually, or why is it done exactly?
Because it's to control a woman's sexuality. So to make sure that she's still a virgin before she marries, and also so there's no infidelity afterwards. So she has no sexual pleasure. The clitoris is totally removed.
Wow. Okay.
So it's and when you do have sex with a man, you're torn. So it increases the sexual pleasure for the man, and it's absolutely horrific for the woman.
Yeah.
And there's also many health implications.
Of course, yeah.
Many health implications. Especially when you have to be torn again when you have a baby. The practice is horrific.
And what was the name of the foundation you worked for in England for?
FGM.
It's called FGM.
It's
Okay.
female genital mutilation.
For if somebody else wants to go work with them as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good charity.
Okay. Okay, and can you tell me a little bit more about your volunteer work in Uganda with the
Yes,
kids?
definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was a 3-month placement in Uganda in a rural village. and it was amazing. It was amazing. I had no expectations before I left. I knew I wanted to do a bit of traveling, but if I'm completely honest, teaching wasn't the main objective. It was just, a way to see Uganda. But once I got there and I could see the difference that I was making in the kids' lives, even just going from hello, how are you, and the next week they got it. I could chart the development, and that was it was an amazing experience and an amazing feeling, and to build a connection with the children as well. I mean, some of them would travel an hour and a half to get to school, which was just incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And what did you like? Was it really tough on you, like in a new country, very poor area? Obviously, you're from London, so like.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about like that rough experience, and how did you feel like I know it's a big sacrifice, and how did you feel about all that?
It did take me a while to acclimatise, for sure, and also just the different teaching methods. I love drama, and I found that really came in handy for me, because to stand up, I mean, obviously there's a language barrier as well with the children there. So to stand up, maths is fine, because that's universal language, but to teach English or science, it was a lot of role playing. A lot of role playing, which I found really effective, and the kids found it fun. And for me, it was learning about their needs. I mean, they probably taught me more than what I taught them. They taught me a lot about myself. I did, before I left, I didn't think I had any tolerance or patience, but now I can say I have quite a bit, and they've taught me that. Mm-hmm. They've definitely taught me that. The kids there.
That's amazing. Yeah, you do grow a lot from volunteering and giving back, and
but
you learn a lot. It's rough, it's rough, but you definitely grow a lot.
But you learn a lot about yourself in the process, and I didn't think I would, but yeah. On my last day, the kids brought me eggs as a gift, and it was heart wrenching. I mean, I cried my eyes out, because I didn't think I would. Build up such a relationship with in 3 months, but I did.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You missed them, huh?
Yes, I do. I mean, also as well, I hope. I mean, I can only do so much within 3 months, and I think as a volunteer when you're teaching, you have to be really passionate about it, because you are making a difference to their lives, but you have to be really passionate about it. So that's something that I often think about. Like, I hope volunteers are going out there and doing it for the right reasons, because you can make a huge difference to their lives.
Yeah. Okay, and Shani, can you give a message to people out there, encouraging them to volunteer?
Definitely, of course. I mean, for me, my personal experience, I mean, I've lived in London all my life. Extremely fast-paced. It's all about making money. You then settle down, get a big house, and that's really what London life represents to me. Volunteering, the world is it's so big, it's so beautiful, and to learn about different cultures, it makes you question your lifestyle at home. It makes you question the politics. It makes you question the people. It makes you question why you're here. It makes you question a lot, and I think that's extremely healthy, because that's growth. That's personal growth, and that's what I love about volunteering. That's what I love about volunteering in different countries, meeting different people. Not just, if one day you're working within indigenous communities, or you're working in a hostel, but you're constantly crossing paths with different people, and I didn't have that in London. So I wouldn't say I was narrow-minded, but my mind has definitely expanded. And I think that's a beautiful thing. I'm sure, once my voluntary work comes to an end, I would not be the same person.
Okay, Shani, well, thank you so much for having the interview with me, and
thank you for asking me.
For sure, and as a fellow volunteer, definitely very proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
And please keep volunteering, and try to encourage other people to volunteer as well, because the world definitely needs
I totally
more people
agree.
like us, for sure.
Well, I hope it inspires other people to come out and volunteer wherever that may be, wherever they're needed.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.